everyone. My name is Stephanie, and I'm a career peer here at University Career Services. One of the things that I do when I meet with students is help them with their resumes. And I would say it's a career document that is very important as it's part of the application process for most jobs, internships, and programs in higher education. So you want to get started as soon as possible at building your resume. Today, I'll be going over some of the high-level details regarding the resume. So first, I'll go through the basics of the resume. So with a resume, you'll often see a header, education, experience, skills, and interests. As for the header at the top, you'd always see your name. That allows the employer to differentiate you from all the other candidates, and your contact info so they can reach to you. They also want to see your education to know how your background is like, and as well as any experiences that you have. And this can be work, leadership, volunteer, research, or any projects that you've done. And as for skills, you'd want to include hard skills such as any technology, coding, or any languages that you know. Try to avoid from soft skills such as listing communicator or leadership, as they are often shown through your bullet points. And if you have space, interest is a good way to differentiate yourself from other candidates as well. In addition to these basic sections, there are multiple other additional information that you can add here on the screen. As you can see, most people like to add any study abroad that they've done, or any honors and awards they've achieved, any volunteer experience or community engagement. So now I'll be going to show you a resume so that you can see how it is formatted and structured. So on the screen right now, you'll see an example resume. Like I mentioned earlier, here's the header, education, experience sections, activity section, and a skills section. So based on this example, you can see that, for example, its margins are much smaller than the ones you may see in your papers, and they're often around 0.5 inches margins. And then for font, your name will always be a couple sizes larger than the rest of your text. So most people have it around 16 to 18 point font. Meanwhile, for the rest of the text, it'll be around 11 to 12. So starting from the header, you'll have the name, location. This is more optional these days, as most people tend to focus on your email address and your phone number. And you have a LinkedIn profile, you can definitely include the link to that here as well. So the first section of the resume is the education. And here you want to include your UNC experience here, the degree that you're pursuing. If you'd like to, you can also include your GPA. Most people feel comfortable including it if it's 3.0 above. But always be sure to check the job description that you're applying for, as there may be requirements regarding GPA. Another optional that you can include are any coursework that you've taken that are related to what you're applying for, and any honors that you've achieved. And on the right, you can see you just include your graduation date, since recruiters often just look at the graduation date to see if you qualify for the position. And not, as you can see, differently from experiences, they tend to have more start dates. And all of your dates should be right aligned as well. And the reason why is because it allows the reader to look quickly from top to bottom and seeing how your experience history is. So after education, you jump into an experience section. So this can be called work experience, related experience. This section you'd always want to tailor to what you're pursuing. For most resumes, the second section is the experience section. However, if you're pursuing maybe computer science, data science, or any tech fields, they like to have the skills section as the second one. So definitely apply what fits to you. So with this experience section, you'll see that you'd always want to include position, the organization, the location. Those three are the three major components that you should have. And you can see on here that it's always best to differentiate text as well. So you can see they bolded the position here, italicized the organization, and kept the location in regular. So whenever you're bolding, that means you really want to emphasize something. So you most likely want to bold your position so that you can show to others, what you did, and then maybe italicize your organization so that it kind of sticks out into letting others know where you worked at. So after experiences, you may have an additional experience section or volunteer, community involvement. Any of those are fine that you can include under, and make sure to format it very much like the experience section here. And through these experiences, you'll also see that they have bullet points. So I recommend you to watch my video on how to create strong bullet points here, but you can see how most of them have 2 or 3 bullet points. After your experiences section, you could, if you have space, include activities or any skills that you have. So as you can see, this example has listed them. However, you can definitely format them like your experience sections as well. If you, for example, feel like you've done a lot of, made a lot of contributions as a member of a certain club or volunteering, for example. And lastly is the skills section. Like I said earlier, if you're a computer science, data science major or minor, you'll most likely have a lot of coding experience. So this is a great space to show a lot of the programs that you may know here, and also great to include the ones that the job is searching for. So if the job is looking for you to know how to use Excel, make sure to highlight that under here. In addition, if you know any languages, those are a great addition as well, since more and more companies and programs are going global these days. Some last key details that I like to share with you today is, in addition to setting your margins and the size of your font, make sure that it's single space so that you can kind of maximize the white space on your document and be able to fill in as much of your experiences as possible. And you can do this by using the no spacing and the styles toolbar. Also, always make sure that your resume is consistent throughout. So whether that be tailoring towards a specific career industry or formatting. So making sure that you bold, if you bold a certain, for example, your positions, make sure all of your positions are bolded. If you italicize your organizations, make sure they're all italicized. And a good way just to organize is always to use indents, bullets, bolding, italicization, like I said previously. And lastly, I would say always make sure to spell check and proofread. You don't want to make any grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes. And because the recruiter might assume that you are not paying attention to detail and you don't want to have that image. So always make sure it's nice, neat, and organized. Lastly, it's always great to submit your resume as a PDF as well. And the reason why is because sometimes when you submit as a Word document, what you see on your screen may be different theirs. However, on a PDF, it's universal. So what you see on your screen will be the same as what they see on theirs. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about the resume or would like to meet with a career peer or career counselor regarding it, please make an appointment with us on Handshake. In addition, please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get more updates regarding career services and the events and resources that we provide. Thank you.